As we work our way through the Residential Tenancies Act, the new act that came into play 29 March of 2021 in Victoria, what I've tried to do here in the Trello boards is go through, and we will slowly build this out. We've been working behind the scenes on creating all of the different cards, but let's just have a look at this one here, which is section 30E. It has to do with what the owner or what the agent is informing applicants, not tenants at this stage, applicants, with regards to the property. So how is the information being overlaid back through to a tenant or an applicant? And this is really important. So we'll just open up the section of the Act, so 30E, and you'll notice as we go through here, so we've got 30D, misleading or deceptive conduct, and I guess the biggest issue here is certainly the potential for fines. So I guess what we need to make sure we're doing is this overlays back through also into our advertising, and making sure that when we are 60 penalty units, it's $181 thereabouts for an individual, or 300 penalty units for an agency is the fine here. So what we need to make sure is that we've got really good practices in place with regards to advertising and informing the applicants prior to them making a decision to take on the tenancy. Okay, so let's just go through the Trello board, what we've created inside of here. So we've got the REIV, the Consumer Affairs fact sheets. We've got Consumer Affairs guides that are sitting inside of here. It does also fall back into consumer and fair trading law, and also with reference to what VCAT can order with regards to if it's taken to VCAT by the tenant. Okay, so we've got the links sitting inside of here. With regards to the different sections of the Act, so 30E, 4721, and the fact sheets are sitting inside of here. So, the guide. So if we can just click straight onto these, it'll take you straight through to the Consumer Affairs websites. So we've put those inside of here, and there is the extract of the Act. So it's actually just been copied straight inside of here. And then we go into the regulations. So we've got the regulations as well. So that sits inside of there. And all of the links just work inside of the Trello card. So then I've gone through and I've copied a few of these bits of information. So what we really need to be looking for, and I'll go through the summary points inside of here. So, and again, this has come straight from the CAV website. So what we're looking at here, okay, the following examples. What you're looking for is the location of the property. Is it within a limited distance to public transport? And I saw an ad yesterday with regards to a property that was about 10 k's, maybe 12 k's away from a beach, and the ad said a stone's throw away from the beach. Actually, no, what it said, it was a beach was on its doorstep, and it's about 12 k's away. That breaches the this particular section of the Act specifically. Okay, so with regards to the ownership, so these are the key areas: the location of the property. Be really, really careful about the way in which you advertise a property. Stop using things like at a doorstep or 300 meters from, unless it specifically is. And the other one is also with regards to an easy walk. That may not necessarily be the case for an elderly person or a person who has a disability or is a frame or something like that. So you've got to be really careful about the way you advertise. So the location of the property, ownership of the property, the lawful use of the property. Really, really important with regards to the zoning. If it is zoned industrial or commercial, then it can't be used as a resi property. Characteristics of the property. So, for example, inside of here, the example that's been given is with regards to energy efficiency, but also doesn't mention that there is, the building is poor insulation. So that's just an example of this one. Any additional fees that need to be incorporated into the tenant would incur is the word I'm looking for. Any additional fees the tenant would incur if they were to rent this property. Some properties have communal laundries. Some properties have gyms that they have to pay for, and there might be a theatre room that they have to pay for, and those sorts of things. So these are a library. These are the things that need to be incorporated into the ad, most certainly incorporate it into the special conditions of the rental agreement, and if not, then you're in a spot of bother. And regards to the features or the facilities of the property, if there is, you wouldn't go in there and say it has high-speed internet connection if it actually hasn't got it linked back through to that particular apartment. So Section 30E, the biggest issue here is is the potential penalties. 60 penalty units for an owner of the property if they've misinformed, misled, and it comes back through to deceptive and misleading conduct, which is what I've got here. False and misleading. So there's a whole series inside of there for false and misleading conduct, and what's deceptive. And there's also some guides over inside of here. And as you see, we've just copied this straight through. So hopefully this helps you with your advertising and would, I guess, prevent you from breaching. So go through and have a look at all the ads, make sure that all the information is accurate, but more importantly, that you're informing the applicants prior to them taking on a tenancy, and this would all be done through the owner's disclosure documents. So the owner needs to disclose in their disclosure documents all this information. Hope this helps.